No! No! Oh my god, he does it again! Welcome to the bow only run. The rules are I can only use a bow. Obviously, can't use items that are throwable. So that means I can't use bombs, I can't use knives, I can't use any throwable weapons at all. I only using strictly the bow. The second rule is no summons at all. I can't use any summons throughout the entire game. And that's about it. I hope you guys do enjoy today's video. If you guys do, leave a like, subscribe, and let's hop in. First things first is to create my character. So I just created my character, named him. Beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. If this video gets 200 likes, I will do this on Dark Souls 2. I will do a bow only run on Dark Souls 2. I really hate Dark Souls 2, but I will do it if I get 200 likes. So leave a like, subscribe. We spawn in and we go around and I'm just ditch these two items. They're useless to me. I don't really need them. But we go over and pick up my bow and we fight the Asylum Demon, which the Asylum Demon was actually not that hard. All I had to do is keep back from it and kept shooting him, and he didn't even hit me at all. I didn't get hit at all. Not even close to getting hit. But after defeating him, we get attacked by a freaking bird and taken to Fire Link. Now, I usually go straight for the Taurus Demon, but I'm not going to do it this run. I'm going to go down below to New Orlando and pick up my bow I'm going to be using for this run. And I'm very under level for this, so it's not very recommended to do this. Oh, okay, well that didn't go as frack. But we go down and we have to drain the water first before we can get my bow. After draining the water, which you don't really have to do that, you can just go up the stairs and you can get the compost bow, but I'm gonna drain the water for later on. And the reason why I got this bow, this is the bow you use for this run. But after getting this, now we're ready to go for the Taurus Demon, so I make my way to him. Getting to him wasn't really that hard. I mean, I've done this 100 times, so I know the way to go. I use the master key to open the door. That you need the master key to open the door early. So we open the door and we bypass the three little shield dudes. They're annoying. I don't want to deal with them. So we go around them and have to dodge the barrel from freaking hell, and I have to jump down below where the freaking Black Knight is, and I almost died. I almost straight up died because it all came downstairs. The Black Knight was coming towards me, and it was freaking chaos. After surviving the old Great Deal, I finally get to the Taurus Demon, and the Taurus Demon was pretty easy. All I do was stay back and shoot him with arrows, kept shooting with arrows. This new bow that I have is so much better than the one I tried when I first tried to record this, but I am glad I got this bow. But after killing this demon abomination, we find Solaire, and Solaire is the goddamn goat. I'm gonna try to save him for this run because I didn't save him when I played on my own. I didn't even know you could save him, but we're gonna save him this run. After Solaire, I have a little bit of a plan. I go over across the bridge, and we go under the bridge and put down the ladder. Why? Is because I'm gonna be doing some farming. Arrows are not cheap, so we're gonna be using this method to afford our arrows we're gonna need, because we're gonna need a lot of arrows. I did a test run, and it takes a fuck ton of arrows to do this challenge. After gaining enough souls, I go down to meet the undead merchant, and I spend all my life savings on freaking arrows. I spent all my souls on arrows, but after breaking the bank of going to get some arrows, I tricked the dragon from coming down. Apparently, if you shoot it with an arrow, it just drops down. And I run for my life like hell, and we make it across. For beginners, what you usually do, you see this boar and the gate. There's a zombie that goes to the gate and closes the gate, and you have to go underground to get to where you need to go next. But I'm a Giga Chad and ran straight through it, and I actually barely made it through. The gate was closing on me, and the boar was about to run at me, but thank God the gate closed before that could happen. So I book it straight to Andre, and we get to upgrading. After upgrading my bow, we go over to the gargoyles. I don't even need my shields for this fight, but before we get to the gargoyles, we have to fight this giant shield man, which he was pretty easy to do. I just made him swing at me, and he just kept missing, and I shoot him in the face and kill him. Pretty easy. But now it's time to kill the magical warlock up there with his freaking army of the undead and kill them all. All you have to do is just bait them out and shoot one by one, and it was pretty easy to kill the warlock with a bow. Not gonna lie. There's just one more stop I need to go before killing the gargoyles. I need to go upstairs to the very top tower and release a certain person for a certain ring. I'm gonna kill him in cold blood. I mean, no, I'm just gonna give him a handshake. But now it's time to go for the gargoyles. The gargoyles were pretty easy as well. They're pretty annoying when they go up in the air and slam down on you with their tails and stuff, but it wasn't no trouble for me because I'm too good at the game, and I totally didn't die a couple times. But like we've been doing, all we have to do is stay back, shoot them, stay back, shoot them, and try to bait them to shoot their fire because they stay still when they shoot their fire, and I love it when they stay still because it makes it way easier to shoot my freaking bow. But we finally beat them when we ring the first bell. After killing the gargoyles, I go back down to Andre and upgrade my weapons, and I make my way down to the butterfly. Why? Because I want my shield. I'm not going to be using the shield, don't worry. I'm using it for the stamina recovery because if I don't, my recovery goes way slower than if I have the shield on, which is worth getting. So we go down below and grab my shield and avoid the Black Knight because the Black Knight almost freaking got me. After surviving this scary encounter with the Black Knight, we go up and fight the Moonlight Butterfly. And unfortunately, we're not allowed to have summons, so this is going to be a little bit harder than usual, but I'm actually very surprised at how much damage I was dealing with a bow. It was actually quite astonishing, and I killed this butterfly quite quickly, in fact, and we get what we need from the Ghost Andre, or whoever the hell that is. Let me know in the comment section who this is. I'm pretty sure it's Andre, but I don't know. It's like a ghostly Andre. But before we go to Blighttown, I actually go for the Capra Demon, and the Capra Demon is the most annoying fight ever just because of the dogs and the narrow path. If it was just him, he would be super easy to kill, but we make our way down to go fight him, and we had to get through all these dogs and all these freaking people, and we get to him, and actually, I beat him my first try. I'm very surprised. I thought he was gonna gank me, but fortunately, I actually got to kill the dogs before even anything happened. I go upstairs, sit there, and kill the dogs, and for some reason, my bow malfunctioned. I don't understand what was going on, but I actually killed the Capra Demon quite easily in this fight. Thank fucking God. After killing the Capra Demon, we go downstairs, and we try to shoot a freaking minion, but someone's getting fired. I'm pretty sure someone's gonna get fired for this because this shouldn't be happening. But we go down and grab the item we need for upgrades, and we go back up to Andre to give him the upgrade. After we get the upgrade, we go straight to Firelink, go down below to New Orlando, and go to the door with the master key to go to Blighttown. This place is the second worst place to go to just because of poison. But we have to come down here to kill Gwaylog because, you know, that's how we ring the second bell. So we go towards Gwaylog, and oh my God. Oh, that's hot. Oh, God, yeah, that spider body's hot. Oh, don't go back. Oh, go back down. Go back down. Go back down. Please, please, please. Ew, ew. But fighting Gwaylog was pretty easy. I always have a hard time with Gwaylog because of her lava, but with this run, it was really freaking easy. All I have to do is stay back and shoot with arrows and bait her to throw up on me, and I'm hard. But no, but seriously, she was pretty easy to beat, and we ring the second bell. After ringing the bell, we go down and meet Gwaylog's hotter sister and join her covenant because Daddy want Milky. I decided I had big balls to go against Ceaseless Discharge, and it didn't go very well for me. Okay. So I decided to go towards the worst part of the map of this entire goddamn game. The worst part of the freaking game. Sin's Fortress. My God, I hate this place. Kill me! I hate this place with a freaking passion. There's nothing but boulders, there's snake people, booby traps, there's freaking goddamn snakes with lightning powers. There's also a mimic, but I decided not to go for that. But we head to the next part of the area. We need to fight the Iron Golem. So we make our way to the Iron Golem, and we have to freaking go through hell, living hell, to get to it. We first have to fight the Iron Golem's brother, the Flesh Golem. All I had to do was bait him to the door, and I stood inside safe and sound while I shot his leg, and then he eventually died. And this is where we fight the Iron Golem. The Iron Golem was pretty easy to fight. I just had to stay back, keep shooting with arrows, and hopefully I didn't get grabbed. How the fuck? No! Ow. But overall, I defeated this foe, and now we're in Anderlondo. Anderlondo is a friggin' fantastic place. It's a giant castle. There's many rooms you can go into, mimics you can fight, giants that have giant swords. This place is fantastic. This is what I call a perfect map design. And this is where we're gonna fight Orange Sheen and Smo. I tried fighting him a couple times, but I was not strong enough, so what I did is I went to Gwendolyn's freaking bow. I went for Gwendolyn's bow, so I had to go back to the catacombs, get the ring, and come back, and then we fight Gwendolyn. And Gwendolyn's one of the easiest boss. All you have to do is shoot him, duck under cover when he shoots his giant laser or his little lasers, or he even pulls out his bow and shoots you. All you have to do is go behind the pillar and hide, go after him, and we're on this infinite hallway we have to go down, and we just have to get close to him and shoot him with the bow. And I eventually do, and I get his soul, and then I spent grinding all the time to get his bow, and I eventually got his bow, and then refought Ornstein and Smo. And my god, Ornstein and Smo pissed me off. I died over and over and over again until I almost killed them, and then guess what happens? I die, and then I fucking crash out. I crash out. No! No! Until I finally beat them. Thank God. And this is where we meet... Oh, mama. This is where I meet Guinevere, and she is a ghost. She's not really there. She's just a projection. But she basically gives me the power to teleport, and I'm gonna need this. Because next we're gonna be fighting is the worst boss in this goddamn game. We're gonna be fighting Nito. We teleport to Firelink, and we start heading down in the catacombs. And I also hate this place with a freaking passion, because later on is so annoying. I forgot to mention, I went to go fight Pinwheel. I forgot that I didn't even consider it a boss, to be honest with you. He basically just makes copies of himself, and you just pick the one that is really him and then shoot them. He didn't even do it for me, so I killed him. That's why I didn't mention it, because, I mean, he's not even a boss, I would say. He's the easiest boss probably in this game. But we make it into this most annoying area in this fucking game. This is where we're in the Giant's Tomb, I think it's called. And this is where everything's pitch black. You can't see anything. The only way to get light is if Patches kicks you off and you get a lantern. That's not even that great. That lantern kind of sucks. But I make my way to Nito, and we fight Nito. And my god, was Nito annoying. Nito kept stabbing into the ground and freaking throwing me up in the air. His skeletons are getting to me, and I kept dying over and over and over. It was pissing me the fuck off. Oh my god, I've never been so mad. It took me, not joking, took me 10 hours. 10 whole hours to beat him. But we finally beat this motherfucker. I was so happy I beat him. I was like, thank fuck. But after Nito, we have to go put Old Yeller down. We have to go after Sif to get a ring to be able to go fight the 4 kings. So we go over to Andre and start heading down below to where we fought the butterfly, but we're not going to go that way. We're going the back way to go fight Sif because I don't have the disc to get into the front door. So we make a detour to go where we need to go, and we fight the Hydra. We have to shoot the heads off of each Hydra, and they were annoying. The water kept shooting at me, but we climb up and we get to Sif's place. Sif was, I wouldn't even consider a fight. I unfortunately had to put her down. She was a very easy fight. All I had to do is kept stepping away from her. She kept jumping on my head for some reason, but we had to put Old Yeller down. Rest in peace, Sif. After I brutally kill Sith because I hate dogs, next we're going after Sith the Scaleless. So we have to go back to Anilando and make our way towards the place. And all we have to do is deal with 2 boars. All I have to do is just lure them outside. And thankfully they get stuck actually. They can't leave the place, so they get stuck and start running in place, and I just shoot them with the arrows. And then we head inside. We find Seth and let them kill me because we're supposed to die, and we get locked up. And unfortunately, I've tried this 100 times. I tried shooting the snake. You're supposed to hit the snake so he drops the key, and nothing helped. So I had to punch it, unfortunately. There was no other way around it. I've tried everything. I shot it a couple times. I tried kicking it. Nothing would work. So I had to punch it, unfortunately, but I don't count that because it was mandatory. But we start heading downstairs and go up a ladder, turn off the siren, and grab the key in the box. We head upstairs, and we're back into the library place. And we head around, and I head outside, where I find these crystal guys, and I just run past them, and we go down to these invisible floors we have to run on. We have to be very careful because you can slip off very easily. And there's also these annoying freaking clam guys, and one of the clams made into the boss room somehow. I don't know how. I don't know how the hell it made it in here, but it did. I had to kill it first just to focus on fucking Seath because he wouldn't leave me alone. And Seath was actually pretty easy to fight. All I had to do is freaking make him shoot his little, like, crystal shit and dodge him, and we actually kill him very easily. This game is easy. After defeating Seath, I decided to go after Ceaseless Discharge again, and I actually kill it. I do enough damage now to be able to kill him. All you have to do is just jump out of the way when he shoots his giant laser and shoot out his tentacles, and eventually he will die. and easily kill them. After killing the giant, we go over to Firelink, and we're gonna go do the DLC before we go fight the 4 Kings. I forgot to mention, I went to go do all the steps you need to do to unlock the DLC, and we get freaking grabbed to death. Somehow I survived getting grabbed, I don't know how. We end up at Sanctuary Garden, and we have to fight a boss right off the rip. Its name is the Sanctuary Guardian, and we have to fight it, and this guy was pretty difficult. The only way to counteract his annoying freaking charge is to dodge, step back, and shoot him, or bait him to do his electricity attack. There's a lot of openings that you can get to get some hits in, and I eventually kill the Guardian. After defeating the Guardian, we meet this Mushroom Lady. Then after the Mushroom Lady, we wander around for a little bit until we end up meeting the dragon that we're going to be fighting later, because he just pops up. After that scare, we go wandering around until we meet Marvelous Jester, and he sells freaking humanity for 10,000 souls. Crazy. Insane. After getting cheapskated, we go and fight the next boss. His name is Knight Artorias, and he is Sif's owner. And the darkness has corrupted him, so we have to put him down. He wasn't really that hard. All I had to do was just stay back and just keep shooting him, and then have to occasionally dodge when he comes at me. He is really freaking fast, and it took me maybe 5 tries to kill him, and I actually killed him. So we're moving on to the next section. We're actually gonna go fight the final boss of the game before we go fight the dragon. The reason I'm doing this is because I need a key to go talk to the giant so he could shoot down the dragon. I don't have to do that, but I want to do that because it's going to make this fight way easier. So after having a couple close calls, I actually make it down to the boss room, and I did try to fight him legitimately a couple times, and I got my ass kicked every time. So we did a little bit of cheesing. What you do is you go down into, you get to the entrance of the boss room, there's this little cliff part. You can shoot down into that little cavern thing, and you can actually hit this boss and do some damage, and it actually works pretty well. I just used poison arrows to keep shooting him and shooting him and shooting him until he was basically one shot, and I basically just tanked his final hit to kill me instantly, and I tanked it and killed him. I hated this guy. He was so annoying, pissed me off. I tried to fight him legitimately so many times, but then I just cheesed him because I was getting pissed off. But next we're going after is the dragon. So we're gonna go talk to the giant, and we're gonna use the key that we found. So we're making our way back up, and we go and unlock the door and go talk to the giant. And he says go away for right now, so we go wandering around until we trigger the dragon that is in the spawn area. So we go back and talk to the giant, and the giant shoots down the dragon. So now we're ready to go fight the dragon. I thought the dragon was gonna be very, very hard to kill, but actually it was pretty easy to do. All I had to do is just keep baiting him for him to shoot his fireball attacks, and I just kept shooting him and shooting him, and he went down pretty easily. And that is completing the DLC. Next we're gonna go fight is the Bed of Chaos, because I forgot to mention that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the back way to the Bed of Chaos. So we go back to the Chaos of Daughters, and we're gonna give all of our humanity. We need 30 humanity to unlock the back way. So I give her all my humanity. She unlocks the back way. So now we go head over to the back way. The very fun fact, if you kill this worm right here, you get a spawn point right underneath it. So if you kill him, you get an easy access spawn point, so you don't have to run all the way back over, which was freaking fantastic. So we unlock the shortcut, and we pass the Titanite Demon, and we go fight the Beds of Chaos. I got the first one right just fine. The middle was pissing me off. I was trying to make the jump, but kept missing over and over and over. This freaking boss is all about luck. I don't care what you guys say. It doesn't matter if you're the most skilled person. I swear to God, this thing's all based on luck, dude. I actually make it, thank God, after 500 tries of doing it, and we kill the Beds of Chaos. Now we're ready for the 4 Kings. So we make our way down to the 4 Kings, and I already actually made the shortcut to get there really quickly, and we put on the ring we need, and we fight the 4 Kings. The Beds of Chaos gave me a very tough time to fight them. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because of the damage output I was doing or not, because I tried to fight them way while back. I forgot to mention. I don't know if I wasn't doing enough damage when I did my practice run, but this fight wasn't really that hard. I have a level 15 bow. All I have to do is just stick in front of them and keep dodging their hits and shooting them and going to the next one. All I do is hide right next to them and dodge their hits and keep shooting them in the back, and eventually I kill the 4 Kings. And now we're ready to fight Gwen. So we have the guy eat us, and we go down to the bottom, give the flame to what we need, open the door, and we go ahead over to Gwen. A thing I also learned, if you kill the Black Knights, they don't actually stay dead. I thought they did, so I wasted my time killing each and every one of them. At least the payoff, I get every single Black Knight weapon, and that's pretty cool. So we make our way down to Gwen, and my god, Gwen took 2 days to kill. My goodness. I tried until 3 a.m. yesterday of this recording. The dude pissed me off so freaking badly, I wanted to just scream my head off. Thank you. Right one, right there, dude. I hate you. Gwen, you're a fucking bitch, dude. Honestly. I can't do anything. I'm getting fire arrows. And I just got so mad. The dude just kept jabbing me with his stupid move, and it did some absurd amount of damage. And sometimes when I heal, I can't freaking dodge after the animation. The animation's way too slow to be able to dodge, and I just kept getting killed over and over and over. The freaking anger just kept peaking up and up and up and up, and I was just right about fucking done with this dude. But somebody in my chat actually mentioned if I use fire arrows, they do some damage to him, so I bought fire arrows, and it did way more damage to him at this point. I finally beat this mofo, and I'm gonna show you guys the entire fight uncutted, and I hope you guys do enjoy that part. Okay. Got him. Yes. Goodbye, Gwen. And I stream on Twitch. If you guys want to see my runs on live, I stream these runs live on Twitch, so go down below and follow it. And the next run I'm going to be doing is Soul Level 1, so look out for that. I hope you guys do enjoy. If you guys do, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.